Hey y'all, I want to welcome you back to another episode of Purpose University, your source of inspiration as you seek to create your best life and be your most authentic self. I am your host, Dr. Eve, and I am so glad to have you tuned in on today. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. I hope that you enjoyed today's show. So without further ado, we are going to get into it. Welcome, Elisa. Thank you for being on today's show. I am so glad that you have decided to join me for a few moments to share your wisdom and your beauty and your grace with the listeners.
Oh, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm honored and very humble. So thank you very much.
Oh, that's me like all day. When you said yes, I was like, oh my gosh, moving on up. I am, we'll just tell our listeners, I met you some time ago at the Charlotte University in Raleigh, North Carolina. Remember your freshman year, was it?
Yes, my freshman year.
And I was a
2008.
2000. Oh man, okay, feels like so long ago. And I was a cutting up upperclassman, but we're not going to talk about that today. That's not for the world to know about. When we talk about sharing, I want everyone to know a little bit more about you first. Something about what you do and who you are, and just what you think is necessary to share.
Okay, definitely. Again, my name is Elisa Wiah. I am the founder and president of Girls Like Me, Inc. It's a nonprofit organization that encourages all girls to go and dream. We do that with a mentoring program, a movement that's driven by social media, and community involvement and resources in the form of scholarships, empowerment events, and we're doing some global international work also with giving back. I am also a writer and an author. Nice. And I prefer poetry and fiction, but I do have one published ebook called Building My Village, and it's about building healthy relationships. So, yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Just a busy little girl in Philadelphia. All this is based out of Philadelphia.
Nice. And so, but I understand that you were brought up in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, right?
Yeah, so I was born in Philadelphia. Funny story, I was born in Philadelphia, but when I was a child, I think like fourth grade, my mom moved us down to North Carolina. She got a better job, and we moved down south, and it was the best decision that she ever made for us. I don't know if I ever told her that, but it was the best decision because it really shaped my mind, and it was a great environment to grow up in. So I grew up in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, but my hometown is Philadelphia. All my immediate family is here, and I'm here with my grandmother now and my cousins, so it's awesome to kind of be back home with family.
Oh, nice. Nothing in the world like family. It's just really no place in the world like home, and I'm actually still trying to get back to Charlotte, but that's another conversation for another day.
Yeah.
But I love the city, so Philly, I'm definitely trying to get up there as well, so sooner than later.
Yes, I can't wait till you come and visit. Please let me know.
Definitely. I definitely will. So, you mentioned that you are an author, and you mentioned that, congratulations, big deal. And you mentioned that, you are the president and founder of Girls Like Me Incorporated, which is really big. How long have you been this founder? When did Girls Like Me start?
Wow, Girls Like Me started 10 years ago when I was in high school. And it started as an online magazine. It was just a way for me to kind of express myself and kind of create an online platform for girls who are kind of like the good girls, like to study, like to, do fun things, like not fun things, but things that everybody deemed not fun. So I just kind of wanted like a place for good girls to kind of express themselves. Because I think that was the era of like Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan and Sweet 16. So it was like cool to act out. But I just really wanted to feature girls who were like doing positive things. And over the years, it has evolved into me doing community outreach and mentoring girls younger than me. So now Girls Like Me is a full-on nonprofit where we dabble in different things. So we still do some online blogging and content, but we've added the mentoring program and the community outreach.
Wow. Was this always your dream?
It was always my dream. I think it was always a dream of mine to kind of just be impactful and to be inspiring and help others. I think my youngest thought of what I wanted to be when I grew up was to be an entrepreneur. I was watching PBS and they were doing a special on Magic Johnson, and it was he's an entrepreneur. I was like, that's perfect, because I want to be a skater, I want to be a cook, I want to be a dancer, I want to do all these things. So if I do that, I can do all of that. So I didn't know it would turn into this, but just doing everything that I love to do has allowed me to kind of be an entrepreneur, but to also do Girls Like Me and help people write, teach, author.
Literally doing it all.
Yeah.
Literally. So would you say that you're walking in your purpose? And if yes, how do you know?
I am definitely walking in my purpose now. I know because I was not always doing it, and I felt it in my spirit. I felt it in my body that whenever I was doing something that was out of what I was supposed to do, it was just so difficult to do. How can I explain this? It was so difficult to do. I knew because it was everything that I fought. Everything that I fought that I pushed away, that I was like, no, I can't make money doing that. No, I'm not the best at that. But it was all of the things that I loved and that I was passionate about that I always came back around to. I realized that was my purpose, because when I was functioning in those roles and in those gifts, I was at my optimum creativity level. No matter how I felt, no matter how good I thought I was always at my best holistically as a whole person.
So if you could define purpose, what purpose is, how would you define purpose? Purpose is doing what you've been made to do and what you've been called to do. I don't think purpose is something that you stumble upon, or that you might find it along the way in your journey, but purpose is something that God puts in you. It's what your innate abilities and your innate skills, and it's really how it manifests into your life and into the things that you do. Is how do you merge your skills, your passion, and your innate ability? That's your purpose, and making it work for you. Making it work for you. I like that. Yeah. I like that a lot. I think sometimes when we talk about what purpose looks like, we think that it's an easy thing, but purpose is not easy. And I say that because even though I'm walking in my purpose and I absolutely love what I do, it is still a lot of hard work. And
yes.
So you feel me? So, and especially as a woman, I know that womanhood adds even a different element to entrepreneurship, because there's a different level of care that I have to, take care of myself and to take care of my family. And although it's not like it's a standard, even being a married woman, I'm not having just all the time in the world to do what I want to do. But, hey, purpose is not easy. And so I'm glad that you mentioned that. So at this point in your life, would you say that you are intentional about the way that you live?
Yes, I'm very intentional about the way that I live for many reasons. But one of the main reasons I'm intentional is because you just can't, once you know your purpose, you have to intentionally live in it. Like anything outside of it is going to be off focus or off track. So you have to be intentional about the partnerships you make, about the relationships you build, about the jobs you take or the opportunities that you pursue, because everything's not necessarily for you, and not everything's necessarily going to match your purpose or where you're going. And also, just working with young girls with Girls Like Me, and working with impressionable teen girls, and having parents look at me and say, "Oh, you're such a role model," and I love girls like me, and I want my daughter to really be involved. She's, she looks up to you. That's so terrifying sometimes, but it's also like a big responsibility. And I just try to be intentional about what I present, because I do want to be a good example to them, to those girls, and I want them to really see me in a positive light. So I have to be intentional about what I do, where I go, what I endorse, even what I say on social media. So,
absolutely. So even with all that, do you feel that you're living your best life as well?
Yes, I definitely, again, now, I think the journey to it really helps you define like your purpose and helps you to live your best life, because you know what not to do, or you've experienced enough to know what works best for you. But I am living my best life now. I really feel great. Like, I just feel very renewed in my spirit. I feel just like very at peace with my decisions. I feel at peace with people. And that wasn't always like that. I used to be very defensive and I used to go through bouts of depression. But now that I'm like living in my purpose, and I've just decided, I made a decision to live my best life. It's been awesome.
I want to tap into that a little bit more, and that is the element of not having always lived your best life. What was the breaking point for you? If you even mind sharing with us what happened that you're willing to tell us, that just was like, this is not my best life. How did you recognize it? Because I don't know if people always recognize that they're not living their best life.
Yeah, it's difficult. And I feel like sometimes people feel like they kind of have to settle too, because just the way that life sometimes hits you and the things that we go through. Sometimes the seasons that we go through, the ups and the downs, But I knew when it was my health. I started to have issues with my health, and I knew it wasn't based on my diet or my activity level or anything like that, or what I was, anything that I was putting in my body, because I was always very conscious of those things. So when I had health issues and they were related to stress, that was the breaking point. There were many times up to that where I was like, you know what, I should just live my best life. I should just, make a decision. But I'll always kind of revert back to what I knew, because I was comfortable, and it's always hard to look inward and to change. But that's when it hit my body. That's when I knew I have to make not only a physical change, but I have to make a mental change also, so that I can live my best life and be happy, because life is so short, and the life that I'm living now, I plan to live a long time, and I need a body that's going to work with me. So, and to do all the things that I have to do. So that's what hit me the most. Like, not only does your heart and your mind have to be in tune, but your body too, and all of that. We forget that all that works together. We often forget, and so sometimes, the Most High has to hit you somewhere physically for you to realize, hey, you're off. You're off. You have to get back aligned.
I can absolutely agree with you. I had a similar experience myself, that I was at a point that my health was totally failing me, and I knew something was off. So again, I wasn't aligned. And so in that, it's just being in a place where, what does realignment look like? But we get there, we figure it out.
Yeah.
Which then brings me to, that you live your best life right now, that you are walking in your purpose. Does that mean that you are also your authentic self?
Yes, I am my authentic self. And I think when you are living your authentic self, it all works together with being in your purpose and living your best life, because then you just kind of accept yourself for who you are. You finally stop trying to fit in, or you stop trying to make yourself be something that you're not, or to fit in places where you just don't fit. And not saying you don't grow, So you have to be mindful, like it's not saying that you don't grow, or that you don't look inward and like see where you can improve and be a better person, but you accept your quirks, you accept your personality, you love yourself. Those personality traits that, again, are innate in you, that are already in you, you just embrace it. You embrace what you can do and what you can't do, and who you are, and everything that's awkward and quirky and weird about you. So, and you just love it and you embrace it. And I feel like that's being authentic, just being yourself, letting the people that love you and want to be around you find you and attract you to opportunities, the jobs, the people, the things that are for you will be attracted to you if you are being your authentic self. So there's no reason to force things. I think that's another thing that's helped me to be my authentic self. Like, I don't force anything anymore. I just kind of, if it comes to me, if it happens, then great. If not, it's not for me.
This is interesting. This is, something that just came to mind. And I'm like, man, I've got to know, how has entrepreneurship either helped you be more authentic and live more your best life, or how has it helped you to be more intentional, or has being those things, intentional, living your best life and being authentic, influenced you as an entrepreneur? Or does it go both ways?
It goes both ways. So as far as me being intentional and authentic in entrepreneurship, it helps me to define what I'm doing and what I want to do, how I want to portray it. If even my business venture is one that I'm supposed to be doing, how comfortable am I with presenting it to the world and just living and saying, hey, I'm the founder of Girls Like Me. Hey, I'm an author. I wrote this book. Just does that feel authentic and intentional to my purpose and what I'm supposed to be doing? But the other way around, being an entrepreneur has made me very intentional, because you have to plan, you have to be prepared, you have to be ready when you're an entrepreneur. Like, you have to be ready when opportunities come to you. And then as far as it making you authentic, like with every business and with everything you do, you have to tell a story. And nowadays people really want to be tapped into who you are as a person, not just your business or your product. Even it could be the best product in the world, but if people don't relate to you or to relate to your story or relate to things that you've done or what's authentic about you, they're not going to bite. So for me, I've attracted more people just being myself, just saying, hey, this is Elisa, this is Girls Like Me. I see a lot of people who are nonprofit CEOs and founders suited up, tied up at these big government meetings and things like that. That's just so not me. I go in jeans and sneakers and talk to my girls. I do the arts and crafts projects with them. Like, that's just me, and I feel like that has helped me to be authentic and to just remain who I am. Being an entrepreneur and doing my thing has made me intentional and authentic, and it goes both ways.
So what's next for you?
Well, always Girls Like Me. It's always what's next. It's always evolving. We have a group in Malawi of young girls who are in need of our help. They found us on Facebook and decided to do our whole program, which is very exciting.
Nice.
But now I want to make sure I sew back into them and make sure that they have what they need. The girls need sanitary napkins, because that stops them from going to school. A lot of them can't pay to go to school, so we want to make sure they have textbooks if they can't go to school. We want to try to send a few of them to school. The young lady who is running the program there, we want to make sure that she finishes her degree program, because she had to drop out because of finances. So, and that inspired her to make sure she continued to inspire the girls in her program, in her community, not to give up just because she had a setback. So that's one thing, Girls Like Me, just giving back to them. And then as far as my writing, my blog has an ongoing fictional story that's going to be a book. And I wrote a children's book. It's already done, to just kind of embody the values of Girls Like Me for our younger demographic, who we need to tap more into and get them mentally prepared now to go and dream. So both those books will be out next year.
Nice. You are really on the move. I mean, it would also seem that when you have aligned yourself with your purpose, you have the motivation to do what you need to do. That you just don't burn out. Because I'm listening to everything you're saying. I'm like, when is this girl have time to do anything? But really, you find the time and you make the time, and it just comes together for you. So I commend you on that. Job well done. So we are really at a point. You're so welcome. You're so very welcome. So we are at a point of the show where we are about to wrap it up. And what I want to know from you is if there's anything that you want listeners to walk away with, something that's just special, something that they can chew on for the rest of their life. What would that thing be? What would that thought be?
Definitely. It will be 3 things that have kind of helped me align with my purpose and what I'm doing with my life. And that would be to stay in your lane. What's for you will be for you. And when it's your time, you'll know. And they all kind of sound cliche, but stay in your lane. It just means to focus and don't do too many things at once. And then what's for you will be for you. Is like, don't compare yourself. Don't be jealous. Just wait for what's for you. And then that kind of goes into when it's your time, like sometimes it's just not the right time, or the right opportunity. Don't rush it, but also don't miss out by not being prepared. So that's what I would like to leave people with.
Wow, thank you. So tell us, how can we find you on social media, your website? How do listeners get in touch with you if they want to reach out?
Well, you can find me on Instagram at Miss Elisa K. My blog is MissElisaKTheblog.com. And follow Girls Like Me Inc. everywhere. It's literally Girls Like Me Inc. So you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
So, well, thank you so very much for your time. I wish you all the best of luck in everything that you do. And I look forward to being able to see you continue to grow in what it is that you're doing. Job well done thus far. Like, literally, you are already 10 years in the game, so I've got a lot of catching up to do.
Wow.
But definitely.
When you say it like that.
Well, I'm just speaking the truth, so it is what it is. But this has really been a great show. Folks, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode of Purpose University. Keep coming back. Tell your friends to come back. Don't forget to follow me on social media at EVEHUDSONPHD. Until next time, I'm out.